Welcome, everyone. I am Metatron Elysium Montes, and today I'm going to share with you on a subject that I would like to call divine demolition. There's scripture in the New Testament, and it says that we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against wickedness in high places. And it goes on to say that we are given these certain equipment, this power that is within us to tear down these strongholds that are hindering us or stopping us or blocking us, fighting against us to achieving that which we would like in this world. And so, we're not fighting against John Doe down the street or against Cindy Lou over here. No, 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 no. The battle's not with flesh and blood. The battle's within you. And the principalities that sit on high places are the principles that have, since their empowerment, have been governing your life. And you're being equipped with this potential and this power that is within you to tear down these beliefs. So these principles are a collection of your beliefs, and they govern you and they stop you and they hinder you because they hinder what you believe is possible for yourself or what you can see yourself as. And they block your potential of what you can be and who you are. They kind of block that out of your vision of your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and they are governing you. So we have to tear down these principles, these false principles or these limitations that are limiting your life. And so we're going to tell you or share with you a short story of how some of these principles are torn down, rather than pointing the blame on somebody else, like, hey, it's your fault over there. I'm going to share an example with you, and I will not name names because I do not want to share, have anyone know who this person is. But there was a person that I was acquainted with, and I was clashing heads with this individual, and I'm going to skip out a whole lot of the story to make it short, but I was in clashing with this individual, and he was much older than I. And so rather than, blowing up and creating this big argument, this big fight, this went on for several weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so, almost 3 weeks. And finally I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the higher power and the higher principles of life and the higher wisdom and knowledge of life. And what I did is I brought up this individual within my mind, and I imagined having a lovely conversation with him. And I praised him on how well of a man that he was, and how well that he did his jobs, and how he managed, and how he all the things, all the wonderful things in his life. I was praising him on that, and then I imagined him praising me on how skillful I was in everything that I did and do, and then I just took a deep breath and I let it go. And I'm going to tell you, in 2 days, I got an email from this individual praising me for this wonderful work I have done. And then I, in return, sent an email back to him, praising him on saying, hey, man, you're such a wonderful guy. Thank you so much for being able to work alongside of you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to tell you that happened about a year ago. And to this day, that man and I are friends. And so I'm sharing with you because we are not fighting against flesh and blood, no matter what you are. So if you're having a bad day at work, if you're having a terrible time at work, and maybe it's your boss that's bothering you, and maybe it's someone that is pricking at you and causing this frustration, what I recommend is having an inner conversation with that individual. He doesn't have to know it. You don't have to tell anybody, but bring that individual up into your imagination. And I'm telling you how to tear down the strongholds and these principalities that are causing pain in your life and causing frustration and causing a lot of things that you don't want, but they're entrapping you and they're encaging you and imprisoning you. So what I'm going to say here is bring up that individual, whether it's your boss, a wife, a husband, a family member. It doesn't matter. Bring them up into your imagination. Have an inner conversation with that person and praise them and have them praise you back, and then let it go. And I will guarantee 100% it will not fail. As you change your perception of that person will change their perception of you. And you will either become friends or you will get along and become wonderful co-workers or wonderful husband and wife. Whatever the situation was and relationship was, it will be restored and it will become a better relationship. As you change the perception up here, you're tearing down those principles that keep holding you back, that keep trying to tell you it's their fault over there, the reason why that your life is. But I'm telling you that it is within, that if you can find that peace within with that individual, it will manifest on the outside, and you will begin to tear down these belief systems. And this goes with everything, not just with people, but with money and finance and health and everything else and situations. Have that inner conversation. And I'm telling you, this is the way to start bringing down, and we'll go in more details. I don't want to go make these videos too long, but we'll go in more detail of how to tear these principalities or these principles and rip them down out of your mind and rebuild the powerful, enhanced, enriched mind that brings wealth, health, and happiness, joy, peace, and love to your life. And so I'm going to let this go. Thank you for listening. I will expand on this thought here on another video, perhaps our next video. God bless you. Bye-bye.